It's DJ and Brant for another great Friday morning, recorded on Wednesday morning, live on Facebook. And DJ is giving me Spanish lessons. When you just said "sí," which means yes. Do you remember that old commercial, DJ, where a person says "eso sí que es"? Hey, you just spelled Spanish, or you just spoke Spanish. "Eso sí que es." That's actually a thing. I guess you don't remember that, but
I
I do.
remember hearing it, but vaguely. But it does. I can also say cerveza and burrito.
Hey, cervezo. Hey, chili con carne. I can apply that some way, somehow in my daily conversation.
Well, my daddy taught me cerveza, so that'll tell you his story.
Now,
So
what does that mean?
it's beer.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, Dos Equis. Yeah. There you go. We could talk for years on that.
And
By the
let's talk.
way, folks, we should all be learning
Oh,
Spanish.
this is Irish month. Let's go that flavor. So
Irish. All right. All right.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
now,
March is a big month for a lot of us, and it is. We have two on our staff and one vendor that have birthdays this month.
wow.
And then it's also my anniversary of having purchased Welcome Partner 43 years ago this month. And
Wow.
also my 39th anniversary of having adopted my precious daughter, Patricia.
Wow. It's a month for anniversaries. What can we say?
Yes, it is. Special times, things to remember, all that kind of thing.
Well, good
Anyway,
deal.
uh, there's some special stuff on the Welcome Partner Wednesday e-blast. And one of the first things that's on there is, of course, we thanked everybody for their participation with voting. And yesterday, Dale told me my brain's all over the place. I overslept this morning. Anyway, Dale was telling me yesterday morning we need to pray for her grandson, Dexter. And I said, well, what happened to Dexter? And she said, well, he ran into a pole and blood everywhere, and they weren't sure if he broke his nose and everything. And so I went into my office and I worked a while and I thought about it and I said, Dale, it's election day. And she said, yeah, I know, I'm going to go vote. And I said, yeah, I said, I don't know why, but I put the two together whenever I was praying for Dexter a while ago. And I thought, he went to the polls too.
Hey, oh, well, hey, more than Dexter hurting himself on a pole and people going to the polls was the mysterious Facebook, Instagram shutdown for a while on election day. Of course, the White House says they don't know anything. Of course not, but very interesting, very suspicious, happenings. But hey, here we are. Facebook is back on. So easy, folks. It was so easy to shut all of that down. I went live, DJ, shortly after that and was encouraging people, if your business or organization or even church is solely dependent upon Facebook for its marketing, you're kind of up a creek a little bit, respectfully, because just so easy to
Oh,
shut
what a
it all
topic. Oh,
down.
what a topic. Absolutely. And you remember a couple of weeks ago when cell phones went down,
Yeah, yeah,
and I still use my landline for our office
well,
and also for my home. And I could communicate. And but it was kind of nice too, having a couple hours where it was just peace and quiet, no flutter going on that way.
you're like, hey, it's peace and quiet. Well, it just goes to show, folks, that so many people out there, your messaging, your marketing budget is going to Facebook. What happens when it shuts down? And that's why it's important to have different media, have different
Uh-huh.
avenues of advertising, like direct mail, like radio, like television, DJ, the things that
Yes,
you're
we do it
doing.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
we do.
you can't shut down Welcome Partner and you and I, what we're doing on television with just one switch all at the same time. Some said that YouTube was having issues as well. And we've just become so dependent upon what's free and convenient, but what's free always ends up costing a whole lot when it comes to freedom of speech, when it comes to, just simple dependency. You need to have other forms of marketing. And that course goes to television and radio and billboards and social media. We're even on cable, some of the things that we do as well. Of course, a lot of people don't realize there's marketing, there's branding, there's advertising, there's PR, and then there's special events. And they all interact together, but they're all a little bit different from each other. It's so important, folks, that you really, really gear up in this, especially for the following months. I don't know about you, DJ. My daughter asked me, so how was 2023 for you? 2023 was rough for me. I mean, we had success, but I'm telling you what, folks, you never know what's ahead with the circus that we see happening in the world right now. But in the midst of it all, you can depend on Welcome Partner. And I couldn't help but thinking, DJ, yesterday that with these unexpected shutdowns of Facebook and Instagram and YouTube as such, if people might not say, hey, we're going to gravitate towards the old, more traditional mediums that are more dependable. You can't just turn off a direct mail piece in your house or your mailbox. You just can't turn off even the newspaper. A little harder to turn off the radio, although that has happened, and of course television networks as well. But I don't know, DJ. Do you think that maybe perhaps more traditional forms of marketing and advertising may make a comeback with how easy it is? The world saw that
That's a good question. Well,
latest and greatest
history,
shut down.
history always repeats itself.
Mhm.
And thankfully, I'm still the same size I was years ago. So I can, my clothes get popular all the time.
Not everybody can say that.
In fact, I weigh less now than I did when I graduated from high school. And I don't know how that worked out, but it did. Anyway, but things do come back. And also, people believe in local, and we are local. We're local, and we also serve the immediate 26 counties.
Right.
And also with the fires that we had just a week ago, you and I were talking about that, and they were just taking place. And then just like, remember the scene in The Wizard of Oz whenever they're all excited and they finally see Emerald City in front of them? And so the Wicked Witch, she spreads poppies around so they'll all go to sleep so they can't make it there.
Right.
And what does Glinda the Good Witch do? Yeah, what did she do? Anyway, she made it snow.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking of, and the snow was gentle and it woke them up. Then they got to go to the Emerald City. And I was thinking about that when we got snow after those fires last week. And of course, the fires are still going, and we've lost 3 people now as a result of it. And this is as of Wednesday morning. Lost a fire chief yesterday.
I heard about that.
Yeah, and he knew a lot of people. He was only 40 years old. And so that was one of the reasons why on the Wednesday e-blast I talked about first responders, because I've been a member of, and I was a board member of the 100 Club of the Texas Panhandle.
Right.
There are chapters of the 100 Club everywhere in the United States. And it started in Detroit whenever a police officer was killed in the line of duty, and a businessman wanted to help the man's family. And so he asked his business friends, he said, everybody give me $100 and we're going to give it to the family. And that's how it started.
Wow.
So a membership to the 100 Club is $100 a year for an individual. And you get 2 decals for the back of your vehicle. And when you're, and I put the logo on the e-blast if you look at it. And so if you're behind a car and you see that star, you'll know that that person driving supports first responders.
Right.
And I'll tell you something else that's been nice is the fact that police officers, when they're behind you, maybe they want to talk to you for a moment. That puts them in a better frame of mind when they're walking up to your window.
Right.
Because at least they know that you are supporting what they do. And of course, Welcome Partner, we honor first responders every month at our networking breakfast. And it's such an honor to do that. And primarily the ones that we have shed the spotlight on have been nominated by their peers. And
Right.
it makes
You
me
do
feel
that every
good.
time.
Yes, it's really wonderful.
Yeah.
And I've had a few people say, well, you're trying to compete with the 100 Club. No, I'm not. I support it. And I support Suzanne Talley, who's the executive director. She was a board member just like me, but she would hand deliver those checks to the first responders family immediately. There's a benefit if they're killed in the line of duty while they're serving, or there's also one if they have an immediate injury and they have to go to the hospital or
Right.
something.
Right.
And I have I met him when he was a teenager and I was helping his dad run for sheriff. It's really kind of cool. Anyway, he became a police officer and went to work in Pampa, and he and another officer were going into a domestic disturbance call, and those are dangerous.
They're very dangerous. And the
You
most
don't
dangerous.
know what you're going into anyway. And so the husband was the perpetrator on the deal, and he pulled a gun out and he shot Houston in the face, and Houston had to have, I think, 23 surgeries.
So he
And
survived. He survived being shot in the face.
he did,
Oh my
and he
gosh.
was transferred immediately to the hospital down in Lubbock. Well, within 48 hours, two members of the 100 Club were there at his bedside presenting a check for $20,000. And people say, well, yeah, they've got insurance. How long does it take to file a claim, get the claim paid? You need money immediately for something like that. And especially Houston's family was having to stay in a hotel there in
Right.
Lubbock.
Right.
And they needed, they like to eat and they need gasoline and all those things that you don't expect.
You know,
And so anyway, Houston is a big proponent of the 100 Club.
wonderful. Well, people who say this and people who say that, you know what? They're just bad people, non-caring people. Number one, you can't have too many uh, good organizations that are helping people.
Thank
It's,
you. I appreciate you
secondly, yeah,
saying
yeah,
that.
they're just bad people because
Mhm.
good people, want to see it spread around. They want to see as many people helping each other as they can. So, sometimes we just have to disassociate from bad people, DJ, and especially times in a crisis right now. Of course, we had a gathering. So happy to have you at those as well. We do those every month, and I put out a graphic on the Sunday before the fires that had
Yes, you did.
wildfires in it, and I didn't know why I felt so strongly to leave that in the graphic of a good fighting evil over the panhandle, but man, and wow. And then the day of the fires, we were all surprised. Of course, I personally have my own opinions about that. I believe it was an attack, too strategically placed, too simultaneous. Just doesn't always. That's just my opinion. Of course, I have a background that lends itself to counterterrorism, but anyway, it's been an interesting time. And then the day of, I didn't plan on bringing this up, but I did this graphic of people praying in the desert and there's rain. Next morning, I get a photograph from Todd Pitts of snow on the ground. And I'll never forget what you said, DJ. Hey, can you do me a graphic of a bunch of money? Did you want me having you,
Yeah, put me in the picture though, please. Yeah.
surfing on money there? But through all this, people are coming together. And I've been working with the mayor. I bet you didn't know I'm the new mayor's media advisor. How about that?
I do know that.
Well, hey, we were coordinating an interview with Fox News, and he dubbed me that. Sir Brent, the media advisor. I was dubbed very quickly, and wow, okay, well, I'm up for the task, and just honored to help our mayor, who's so well spoken, so for the people. Cole Stanley is for
You
the
ever noticed Cole Stanley never uses notes? He speaks from his heart.
right. He sure does, and he's a people first mayor. He has said very openly he wants to give the people a voice, give them back their voice, and to have a voice. And so he's also a businessman, successful builder. The hotel that we bring people in to stay, the manager said, you know what? He was building this hotel. This was Homewood Suites on Santi. She said, you know, I knew him before he was the mayor. He was building this hotel. He was the nicest guy, had so much integrity, and he would always stop by and check on me every day. And so, you know what? I'm really proud of our mayor in Amarillo. And folks, I sure hope you voted yesterday. Sure hope you did. You can't complain if you didn't. And
That's right.
we have that freedom still. Venezuela didn't have that freedom anymore, and a lot of places don't have that freedom anymore. Don't take for granted your freedom. I do find it suspicious of the shutdown. A lot of political campaigns were advertising on Facebook and Instagram while it was shut down. But all that to say is, I pray that you voted your conscience and you utilized your right as an American that we so easily take advantage of, take for granted. But the Panhandle people, so resilient. And we spent time with people in Borger, what Lovejoy called the battleground. You know, we talked about on the chat what we're going to do, and of course Amarillo at Synergy and Bushland. You know, some great people out there. But it's time that people come together and they rise together, and that's what you're all about. That's the whole reason why we're doing this, DJ. I mean, if you notice, folks, you don't see there's not necessarily paid sponsorships on our little show here. It costs money, so why are we doing it? I mean, airtime costs, effort costs. Why are we doing this? We're doing this for you because
Uh-huh.
we want to encourage you and bring you together, and as we all stand together, we're stronger when we're together. But I'm really proud, DJ, to see all that you do for our first responders and for the
Thank
community, and
thank
we
you.
need more
It's an
people to
honor.
do that. So all
You
that to say
didn't
is,
get,
for those who say this and this and oh, we shouldn't do that, you know what? They're just bad people. Don't even listen to them. You stick with the people who have a grateful heart and a pure heart towards helping one another.
I do want to say this, that if you go to the Welcome Partner website, we do have a link on there for the 100 Club, so that if you want to send some money, but if you do, I suggest you just go ahead and get a membership. It's $100 a year. You don't have to go to meetings or, vote for stuff. Just do that, and then you'll get 2 decals in the mail, so you can put them on the back of your vehicles. And also, when you and I decided we were going to do this,
Mhm.
our whole reason, I remember you saying, DJ, people are broken. We need to lift them up, and you can do it with your humor.
Yeah.
And it's a spiritual gift. I couldn't be funny if God wasn't, right?
Yeah,
People say God has a sense of humor,
he
and
does. Look at me.
look at look at me. And so that's the idea of the e-blast, and that's the idea of what we're doing weekly on both of our Facebook pages and YouTube when you post them on there, is the fact that we're trying to lift people up, give them a different aspect for the day. We don't run politics on either this or on the e-blast. And we have some news you might not have heard about, like, for instance, on Wednesday's e-blast, Taylor Swift is being courted by Kellogg's because they want her recipe for Pop-Tarts. Did you know that?
Really
Yeah, see,
interesting.
I get up early in the morning. Well, this morning I overslept. I didn't get up till 3:30 and the day was half shot. So, I'm on a regimen and when I fall off of it, but I forgive myself because I,
Yeah. This makes it sound like you're sleeping until 9 or 10. No, you slept in till 3 a.m.
yeah. And I scrambled, but got it done. I got the e-blast out just a little after 7, and I try to hit it by 6.
Yeah,
But also Morgan Freeman, that man, don't you just love his
I do.
voice, his character? And he's working for NASA now. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
See, that's why we have this e-blast. That's why
Hey, tell me about that real quick. We got a minute left.
I
Let's
know
hear
we
about Morgan
did.
Freeman.
That's why I brought it back into the e-blast. So first of all, Taylor Swift made some homemade Pop-Tarts and treated the Chiefs to them. They all loved them, and so Kellogg's wants her recipe, and then they're gonna uh, give money to the homeless or something as a result. But anyway, they want her recipe. Then Morgan Freeman has been brought on board to do recruitment ads to get people to join NASA. They're looking for more astronauts. So that's that.
Wow.
So have a good weekend. Be safe. We're supposed to have snow today here on Friday, and we need the moisture. Just be safe, be kind. When you're driving, put down that stupid phone. You need to pay attention because people are not, they're going to run into you. You need to look around you, see what's going on. And also you might see a pretty flyer or a flower, or a butterfly. You might see something really cool that blesses you.
Well, that's a blessing right there. I'm going to hear Morgan Freeman's voice in my head for the rest of the weekend.
This is God.
This is God. Please put the phone down and live longer. Take care
Yeah.
of each other and love one another. We'll see you next time.
Bug me. I'd only wish that on a Sooners fan.
Red River Steakhouse serves only the best meat from local Texas ranchers, aged 21 days and cooked to perfection, just the way you like it.
Red River Steakhouse. It doesn't get more Texas than this. Bug me. I'd only wish that on a Sooners fan.
I got a funny story about Toby. Toby used to play at this place called Friends, and on Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City, where I'm from. And every Friday night after I'd played a place called Crystals, I'd have the top down and I'd be driving home, and I'd always give a little wave to Friends where Toby was playing. Vince Gill would go there incognito and listen to Toby, and Vince Stutton, you know, from what I understand, he had to be the one to bring him in to the circle because he was the one that was there. But Toby Keith, man, my gosh, 1990 or 1991, maybe a little earlier, is when I drive by there and I knew that he was playing there. What an incredible talent. That song, Don't Let the Old Man In, boy.
That's a good one.
Oh, man. And of course, Tim McGraw. I don't know how close Tim and Toby were, but Live Like You Were Dying. You know, Tim got kind of choked up playing that not too long ago. But so just some good influences as well. Now, as far as the way you developed your sound, you got a really cool sound. You're a good musician, but got a really good singing sound. And so for people who haven't heard Arian Keller yet, what are some of the artists that you might recommend to them to kind of compare your styles to so that they know what to expect?
So I have been told I sound like Avril Lavigne. I've been told I sound like her, or Lucinda Williams. She's one of the ones that people said I sound like.
So you play country music, you aspire to be a Christian artist, and you ride Harleys. I mean, does it get any cooler than that, folks?
I mean, I'm a person of all talents. I can sing, I can bake, I can play guitar, I'm a certified welder, I can ride a motorcycle.
Hey,
I mean, I got all the talents.
really? Now, how old are you again? I've got a son that you
I'm
know,
18.
good looking. Well, he's around your age too. Well, Arian, you know what? I've heard great things about you. Heard raving reviews about you from both places. Red River Steakhouse, of course. Hey, folks, if you notice, Red River Steakhouse is leading the way in innovative marketing, cool stuff, television, funny commercials, kind of sitcom moment commercials. Of course, the live music scene. You know, Red River, Amarillo didn't really have a lot of live music the way they're having it now in Amarillo, and they're a little stage, you know, but it's the perfect size. Now you might have to turn the speakers towards the wall so it ricochets, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, when I played some restaurants and some venues in Amarillo, I had to do that too, as it balanced out. People won't like to talk, but you know, with Arian, you can enjoy a great live performance. You can still talk to each other, but you're really going to love Arian Keller. And you know, you're making the rounds, Arian. I mean, where else are you playing around town in Amarillo?
So Red River is actually the first place I've ever played in Amarillo. I'm trying to play at a couple more places like the WT Sports Bar and Grill. That's in Canyon. And then there's also it's called the Big Texan. I was thinking about playing there. And then I also have a couple of other music venues like Hummer's Cafe. They're going to open back up sometime in the summer, and I'll be playing there. And then I'm also playing here in Pampa at Fire Creek Bar and Grill and Verona's Italian Restaurant.
That's so cool. Arian, as you've been playing, I'm not sure if you played since the fires started or not. But what do you have to say about that? A lot of people are concerned about people in the Panhandle, and boy, talk about a resilient spirit with those who are in the Panhandle, Texas Panhandle. Just nobody like them in the world, folks. But how would you encourage people right now who might need a little escape from the recent trauma a little bit, maybe come enjoy some music, go back to a better time? What do you say?
I definitely agree that I feel like they should definitely pray, because praying is the best thing that you can do, especially in situations like this, because we can't control the fire,
Right.
And I definitely believe that if you need a break from all the trauma and the terrible circumstances that are happening, to definitely go listen to some live music, just to make your heart feel warm, enjoy a warm meal with your friends, and have a drink, just hang out with people that you love and listen to really good music.
Well, there you go. What a great plug. Of course, the Red River ambiance in McLean is really cool. It's more of a concert kind of feel. And then, of course, in Amarillo, right in the heart of Amarillo, right there, 4332 Southwest 45th. You just can't beat the surroundings. When I first came to Amarillo, I thought, man, this would be a fun place to shoot a TV show in. And we
Yes.
just might do that. And so you can't beat it. Will Frost, what a sharp young man, the owner there. And of course, this family, it's a family in business, locally owned and operated, folks. Big franchises are fine, but you're not going to find any bug meat at Red River Steakhouse, by golly. You're going to have real meat,
Yeah.
And now what do you think about the Rockin' Bull, the picture there and all the cool new graphics with Red River, musician cows and all that? What do you think? What's your vibe on that, young lady?
I love it so much. It kind of reminds me of the Chick-fil-A cow. You know how that cow's always doing something crazy.
Yeah.
And then Red River comes in with theirs, and it's a big old bull, and he looks retro, he looks cool, he looks country. It's really cool. I love the new graphics.
So cool. Well, hey, we love you, Arian Keller. Folks, come check her out. I'm sure that you'll be able to connect with her on Facebook too and see what her gigs are. 6 o'clock, you know where to be, folks. Red River Steakhouse. It doesn't get more Texas than that. And you can see and meet Arian Keller. Be sure and give her a good old tip. And who knows, you might have some CDs or some downloads you can buy somewhere. I'm sure we can find out more about that. Where can they find your music right now?
Right now, it is streaming on all platforms at Arian Keller. I have a small album out. It's called Pilot, and then I did just release a new song called Afterglow.
Well, there you go. Arian Keller, what a delight. First of many times. And there's a lot of networks that get you on, young lady. It's right on time. Never been a better time to be an artist. Never been a better time to be a young artist. It's never been a better time to be a local artist with national platforms. Arian Keller, until next time, thank you.
Thank you.
You can design your new garage door at garagedoorwhisperer.com or call David and Natasha Manley at 806-416-7836. That's 806-416-7836 for your free on-site estimate. Call the Garage Door Whisperer.